Yeah.
towards the end of the week.
That works too.
It is 8 o'clock, and we are live with Stalin and Drawin. I've got Mike and Walt with me. Guys, how are you doing? How was your Christmas?
I'll let you go first. Well,
He might not be here. Oh, there you go. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna show everybody my Hawaiian shorts.
I've already seen.
boy, we're getting
What's something wrong with the live though?
it looks like it's displaying. Step off camera.
I'm just saying, you're more than welcome, Mike. You know what's up? I don't know. Love you guys. Let's talk
Probably
about
should have muted his side.
I love it. I love it. So, what I missed? How are we doing?
Oh, you're
Mike, how was your Christmas?
good. Walt, did you say there was something wrong with the live? Or are we good?
It's
Looks good on
showing.
my
So it's
end.
got the Griswold in the back and the mini screen of his camera. It's not doing the full screen like it usually does.
Yeah, can you help that, Walter?
Yeah, let's see if that fixed it. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, before we get too far, we work with making things more
Yeah,
viewable.
it should be looking at exactly what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, and it's just small on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got the title picture.
Yeah, usually you end up taking the whole screen off.
I don't have a small... Oh, come on, YouTube. Boom, 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 boom.
I gotta close my doors. I got background feed from children.
When I go to Rookie Live, I got the whole thing, man. I got me and... I got both screens on mine when I go to YouTube and go to the Rookie Live.
Well, we have both screens, but they're smaller.
Just smaller. Yeah, it's not doing the full screen like it usually does.
So you want them bigger.
Your art screen is big. It needs to be bigger.
Our
We
screen
can
is
do
double
that.
full.
We can throw
I don't
it...
care if your face is bigger.
Yeah, I don't need my face to be bigger at all.
Yeah, see,
Boom.
if you're on, viewers, give us a thumbs up if you like that better. Not that I can see that anybody's on yet.
We do have followers on right now, yes.
All right.
Okay, there we go. I've got it bigger now.
Now we can answer your question.
Now, yeah, we can answer some questions.
Christmas was good. Had my kids this week. They haven't driven me too crazy, just partially.
Yeah,
So,
just partially crazy.
Yeah, they're spoiled and spoiled their dad, and we had a good time. Had to work Thursday and Friday, and good days at work, good productive. Still sending out products, so.
I saw that you went to the new Sonic movie. How was that?
You know, if you have not seen the Sonic movies, or you have seen the Sonic movies, 3 is the best.
That's so hard to believe. Oh my gosh.
So, I don't know how much people know about Jim Carrey, but you know, he basically had announced he was done for personal reasons,
Yeah,
and then he decided he was coming back for this movie. They talked him into it, and he
right.
said this will be a send-off that you can't believe, and he does a send-off, perfect send-off for a guy that's not going to act anymore.
That's so sad, man. That guy's such a big part of our lives growing up.
Yeah. But he puts on a show.
Yeah,
If you have not seen Sonic 3, I know we're not sponsoring anybody here, but Go
Nope.
see it. It's great.
Awesome.
My son said that was the he said that was the top 3 shows we've seen.
That's awesome.
Sonic 3, Transformers 1, and Deadpool 3.
Now, was
The top
that
of the list.
older son or younger son?
That's David.
That's David. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say his name.
Well, we can throw David out. David's a known part of Rookie
Yep.
Comics.
Absolutely. Yep. That's awesome. Walt, how about it, bud? How was your guys' Christmas?
It was very good. Got to see a lot of family.
Mm-hmm.
Had some fun games. Kids had the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually got to play
Spoiled.
some games over at Grandma's too.
We did. Yeah, we did. Yes. I will never play Wizard with any of them again because I feel like they're cheating. And I've never seen my grandma's competitive side, but she is not very nice.
She did. It was awesome, man.
You love her, right?
Hey, we put that aside until a certain time in our life, and it's on. That's awesome.
How about you, Walt?
It was good. A lot of family time. Got to eat some way too much food. Really good food. Got to spend some time with some non-family members at a dinner too, and that was really nice to meet all of them and just kind of break bread a little bit together, you know. And but other than that, I mean, we were really busy over the holiday season with the tournaments and stuff that we did, and it was such a nice break, like from our daily rat race, you know. So it was
You
good.
guys have those?
Yeah, yep. I mean, right now, even in the comic book world, we're on a time frame. I say the countdown to May, and that sounds like a really long time.
Yeah.
But it
I
is
think it's
not.
Countdown to May. It's countdown to April 1st.
April 1st, right?
Or-
Yeah.
Yep.
And
We have to have them turned in for production about a month ahead of time.
yep. And so that's good. There's so much to do right now, and so that's good. I did a lot of drawing. I started drawing a Bridgman's Complete Guide to Drawing for Life. It's a tutorial on box drawing and how to draw the human body and attach different overlap muscles and different things. And I've got about 20 pages of the 346 pages that are in that to draw, that I've drawn. And so I'm going to go through and draw all that, and that's really been good, and constantly trying to get better. I've got a lot of drawing to do for us, but I need to still work my craft on the side, you know. So I had a little bit of free time to start on that adventure. So I'm doing that in the mornings with my cup of coffee, and then moving on to the day.
There's not a cup. I saw that cup.
They come in pints.
That is a gallon. Pints my ass. That is a gallon. You walk right up like, does he bring the bowl of soup to my house? What the hell is he doing?
Hey, gentlemen, I have one of our characters present.
Hey, David.
What?
Hey, David.
Hello.
We were just talking about you.
Yeah, we did.
How's it going, buddy?
We were.
David is going to be a major part of our comic books. Most our family. Be right.
I actually was drawing in the middle of this Bridgman drawing that I was doing. I actually was drawing a version of Mr. David. Let me find it here.
All right. Get ready, David. David, Arsenal David has a request for you.
What's up, buddy?
I want to go shooting.
Oh, now we're
Hey,
talking.
I know a guy. Did your dad show you my new toy?
No.
Oh, you gotta have him show you that.
But we'll keep that off the air.
It's an oversized Nerf gun for
The whole
me.
puncher.
Yes, it's a hole puncher.
Oh, that looks awesome.
How about when it's not so cold?
Yeah.
David said that's the best time. Can we tell him what happens to us people when it's cold and shooting?
What's that?
You guys are just old.
Or old? Yeah, I don't like shooting in the.
I don't like doing anything in the cold.
Right?
Let's go shoot for my birthday. I wanna go shoot.
Your birthday,
April
April
2nd.
2nd.
I'm not seeing it right now. I'll have to send a picture over to him. But it was fun.
Mike, I don't know about you, but I'm not able to see the comments or anything pop up on the screen.
Neither am I.
I got one. Walter
No.
Aurora says, "Hi, Mike, Walter, and Daddy." I got you guys.
Sorry.
Hi, Aurora. And thanks for throwing that in. So today we have a fun and a different little live for you guys. Tonight we are going to be talking a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. Beryl, I hope you're watching. We're going to be talking about you a lot. Just to kind of jump into it, we're going to be talking about Beryl and what his role is as a character, and then we're going to jump over and I'm going to start inking another page that is some exclusive content. So you won't have seen this in Judgment, the special edition Judgment book that we put out. We're going to talk a little bit about we already talked a little bit about what we're doing to kind of get the art better, but we're going to talk about the story and how we're implementing some of the things that we learned from you guys, our fans, and also just in the journey of starting this comic book. And so the first moment,
Before you
Beryl.
get to that,
Yeah,
so when you talk about the process,
yeah.
just leading up to inking, a lot of people don't know what inking. What goes into comic book up to the inking process? There's the idea, and then the sketching, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
What would you call that process up to? And then explain what inking is, so we know why that's so important, please.
right, and I don't want to get into. I can talk about how we do comic books. We're not going to get into the Marvel way or nothing like that.
What's the steps?
Right. So what we do is we sat down and we got the story all knocked out. Then we started working on character development, and then the process of what we're going to be doing today is what we do is we pencil, call it penciling. We'll run through and we'll get all of the gestures right, the dynamic poses.
Rough draft.
It's a rough draft that we can sign off on, and you can see it. And so whenever you make something that's narrative, visual, it tends to drift off and tell a different story. It tends to, bring life to your thought. And we want to be true to the narrative and make sure that whatever we're birthing at that moment isn't something different. And so we pencil it, we get the gesture drawings together, and we make sure that we're portraying a thought visually by pictures that is linked to the narrative. We don't want to give everything away, right? Or no one would continue to read our books, buy our books. We want to basically just spark that imagination that they're getting from a narrative visually. And then we can fill in some holes with dialogue boxes, verbal cues, like audible, right? They're talking back and forth. We used a lot of like bang, smash, booms in the first book. We're still going to have those, but like today what we're going to be seeing is after the gesture drawings are done, the concept is there, we're going to start telling a story visually, and then actually putting hard black lines in on that so that we can start coloring behind it.
So the hard black lines is the inking process. That's after we've signed off on that.
Yeah, and it definitely got its the wording was all comic books were written on paper. They were penciled in with pencils, and then they would actually ink over top of that with a pen, and then they would erase all of the lines once the ink had dried. And so nowadays we can do it on paper. We're doing 1.5 on paper. We did 1.5 on paper, and then we're scanning it into the computer and we're inking over top of that. And so we're kind of on the back end of it. We're going through that process. We're looking. I mean, it's nostalgia, right? It's a different medium. Pencil on paper is different than me writing on a glass tablet or drawing on a glass tablet. So it's been a lot of fun. This process has been, for sure. That answer your question? I'm going to take that as a yes. So, right now, getting into it, this is Beryl and his first appearance, and this is where I was at. This is where I was at as an artist, and we've got Beryl and Loverboy here in what we call the crater, and it's a void. He lives in between dimensions and realms, and he is portaled basically out of his house in times of crisis. And this is supposed to be a buffalo. It does not look like a buffalo. I know it doesn't look like a buffalo. I knew it didn't look like a buffalo when I put it out. In my mind, it was. I mean, it was as good as I could do. I didn't have any references on this stuff. I just drew it out of my head, and that's where I was at 6 months ago, right? And so we've been developing and doing different things to get better. And so this is our new Beryl. And so, I mean, it's like homie looks like Vin Diesel with his back turned, right? Like he's ready to rock. They're immortal. They're powerhouses. They're superheroes. They face a very, very strong and powerful villain. And so there's a multitude of them. And part of that process is they have to get the prophecy, another human to help them through this process. And so in this adventure, this is Beryl is he's at the crater. He's in the crater. He's basically, for lack of better words, trapped inside of another dimension. And
Can you explain what the crater is?
Yeah, it's a void. It's a hole in space, and his house is basically a portal that he uses to go back and forth on the plane that he's at in the moment he's there. And so what's happening here is he's getting summoned to Earth for judgment. So it's in between hell and heaven, and he comes out to basically he's able to go and he's able to talk to different heroes in this time to find a solution to prevent judgment, as it were. And so he's going to use Doc and Arsenal here. It's not letting me move. I'm on the wrong layer here. Doc and Arsenal here. Beryl basically, he understands that judgment's coming, and he's over here. He's talking to Loverboy, his bulletproof powerhouse, playful buffalo, and he's like, judgment has begun on Earth. It's time to go. And so they're going to go out of the crater back into the house. The house is going to appear on Earth, and Doc and Arsenal have been watching the gatekeepers knocking holes in the ground. They're just punching holes in the ground, and they're heading to Beryl. Beryl appears in one place every single time. So now that he's there, they're going to meet with him, and they're going to make a plan to prevent the destruction of mankind, judgment. It's a little different, right? So we've got Beryl and Loverboy, and the boys are going to go. They're on their horses. They're heading out, and avoiding all of the chaos that's going on in Earth. And through this process of compiling everything, what we're going to be working on today is two things. I was able to take a lot of storyline and put them on single pages. And so I ate up like 2 pages of, actually this one might even be 3 pages of our original book, and I got on 1 page, and it's not crowded. It's not. I've got like lines on here. It's not crowded. It's there's no issues narratively. So what we're gonna do is today we're gonna actually be working on this other layer here. No, don't get ahead of myself. Yep. So this is some new content. And basically what Beryl is telling a story. So later in the story, Beryl gets out. He gets with Doc and Beryl, and they have their little reunion, and they put a plan together to go find the prophecy. And what's going to happen is they are going to be hell has been released onto Earth, and the demons are running around, and they are attacking civilization. And so we've got like a nice, cool comic window here where just a horde of demons is running, and then he talks about the demons. There's one demon on Earth now that if it scratches you or bites you, then they will infect you, and they will basically become a zombie, and they will start to go around and start to infect all of the other humans at the same time. So this particular zombie here, it's very strong. It scratches you and bites you, you will become a zombie. And then the other demon is very fast, can climb on walls and jump real far, So he's going to be explaining the rules of warfare in this moment. And yeah, it's exclusive content. We're just going to have a little fun today drawing. Wall. Go ahead. Okay. So, whoa, nope. Get rid of that. I'm going to be doing a little inking here. So I'm going to, working on my iPad Pro here, I'm going to just degrade this one a little bit out, and then we're going to start doing some drawing. While we're there, we got some feedback from the Busty Babes.
Oh, not bad.
And Walt, what did we task them with? What did they tell us? Is the Arsenal still around?
Yep. Go here. Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha. So what did we task the Busty Babes with? Want to just
we
update us on that?
Come up with a storyline. Pretty much create their own story in the comic book.
Yeah.
For us to write. As the beginning, they came to us with the idea of them becoming evil because of an injustice to a loved one. Maybe they had an empire or a planet that was lost because of this. So that's what they've given us to work with. They've tasked us to come up with kind of a plot list to that, and then they will fill in and correct us and add in what they
and I love it.
Want the
I mean, I love it because there's not too many. There's not too much conversation, right? They're not giving it all of it to us, and that leaves us a lot of room to tie in our story that we have already, right?
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is they didn't want to come up with a whole storyline, then give it to us, and us say, well, that doesn't really tie into anything at all. So
That's all right. Yeah, no, that's
they're
great.
being very generous to us, which we appreciate, but
Hmm.
um, they're very excited to have a say and or part in what we're doing with this.
That's I've been looking forward to that too, and I think I'm more excited about the process, like what we're going
Yes.
to be, like how this is going to go about, right? Like
Hmm.
how is this going to work together? The flow of working with someone else in this situation. I mean, we're used to working with each other, and it's hard.
Oh yeah.
It's extremely hard to get all of us together and work through things, especially when we don't agree. And so I've been looking forward to this moment for sure. So read that to us again real quick. Well, I think I have it wrote down here. So injustice to a loved one. What was the rest?
So, and justice to a loved one. Maybe they had an empire or a planet that was lost because of this.
Okay. And before I release it, because Walt and Mike are gonna tackle a lot of this together. But before I do that, I want to just talk a little bit about Beryl and what he's doing in this moment, right? So Beryl is he's sending out Doc and Arsenal to go do two different things in this book. Doc is going to go rescue the prophecy from a town that's been overran by demons, and it has infected, in to the best of their knowledge, because this is Western times. It's horse travel. It's not cars, but it's definitely. I mean, there's supernatural powers going on right now too, but they're going to go to Rupert, and Doc is going to go to Rupert, and he's going to go and get the prophecy. They don't know who it is. They don't know what he looks like. They're assuming it's a man. There's a spoiler. It's a girl, right? It's more. This book's already out, so I can say this kind of stuff. But for those of you guys that are here that are first timers, they don't know. They don't know if it's a boy. They don't know if it's a girl. They don't know what they're in for. They just know that the demons have been released onto Earth, and they're going like crazy, just trying to find the prophecy and kill it. He is sending Doc over to Rupert, and then he is sending Arsenal to hell to get ducks out of hell. And there's a lot going on, and he's going to go on a mission. We don't know what that mission is. We're not going to talk about that mission, but I can give a little backstory. And boys, stop me if I'm going too far on the backstory, because I'm kind of notorious for that, right? I'm passionate about it. I like to talk about it.
It's gonna be me just for just a minute. Mike's having some technical issues at his place.
That's fine. And so we're going through. There's Beryl has to go, and he's looking for Michael's spear. So Dux was an archangel that was the wielder of Michael's spear in heaven, and kind of balanced out the forces between good and evil as the leader of the army before he chose to fall to earth to try and stop judgment. And Beryl is going to go and look for this spear. Our busty babes found that spear in a previous judgment, and kind of like go scene. You guys, creative liberties here. You can look for or talk about what did they do when they found that spear. It's in the wrong hands. Did it corrupt them? Did it corrupt somebody close to them? Let's write an origin story.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
Yep.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got a little bit there on that while I was down on internet down. I was writing it, and so I've got there once were twin sisters that lived very prosperous with their families in a large estate. They didn't want for anything. These twins were blessed with an abundance in all things: food, riches, posterity, servants, beauty. everything of importance. But one thing these twins did not have were the blessing of bounteous busts. Oh, how they envied those women with larger breasts. And this is where I thought, now again, this is just a spinoff, okay?
Yeah, you go.
They don't
Go.
like that. Okay, but I thought you said judgments come before.
Yep.
Well, they could get a visitor bringing on a judgment.
Yeah.
The judgment, maybe an angel of envy in disguise.
Oh, I like it.
Finds out what they want. That's as far as I got written. But that finds out their deepest desires. And
So you're thinking maybe they gave up their fortune and everything.
They were tricked.
Yep. For their bust. That's funny.
Yeah, they get everything they ever wanted. They lose everything that was the most dear to them, and that would be why they turn into complete witches, right?
Yep. And so now that, like,
that's one thing they desired, but lost everything that was important to them.
Right.
That's just a spin where I've got so far. If it's the wrong direction, I apologize. But or they could have these busts the whole time. But I thought, what a spin-off that could the elements.
So Busted Babe just chimed in. I just laughed so hard. Well, Mom, I laughed so hard too. I had to mute my phone so they didn't hear me.
Is that a thumbs up?
I don't know how.
No, that's not where I wanted.
Or her say, I wish I had. I don't have big boobs. I don't. That's just that is.
You know, and that's a real thing, right? Like, we all have something that we're like, I just wish, you know. And so I like they fit.
Wish for, we might get it.
Right. They fit in so well with us. I mean, that's vulnerable right
Everybody
there.
wants to be like Mike.
That's right. Be like Craven.
So I don't know if that's the right direction. That's kind of what I got while I was internet down. And that could even be where they could come up with the staff. It's given the wrong hands. They can do whatever they want with it, but they can't get their family back. They can't do anything of their own desires with that.
Right.
But they're these beautiful, busty ladies now.
Ugh.
Just a thought.
My tummy hurts.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't agree.
So as
what are your thoughts, sir?
I think you already know mine.
it's different for Walt, yeah, for sure, because it's
his mother.
It's his family,
That's my mom. That's my mommy and my auntie.
You just lost your whole family, buddy.
I don't care. I'm Arsenal. I'm living.
That's good. Right. You're good. Boom.
But I thought it's a trick, right?
Right.
Yep.
I like it.
We're gonna have Judgment be the one that tricked them, or made the deal with them, or.
So there are there's a hierarchy.
Hierarchy of other demons that go out and make deals.
Yeah. So we have priests that are the other side of it is we have to find 3 pure souls. Sorry, we gotta find 3 pure souls to sacrifice to release our big demons, right? So the rules of warfare right now is only the Dorks and the Warlocks can be out on Earth right now, and their job is to infect and to ground up pure souls, and then the priests will sacrifice the pure souls to release the bigger demons. So, I mean, that being said, you've got options. I mean, there are people who would get lied to, and I had never really thought of, like, giving something to someone to maybe lure in a pure soul, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's options. Run with it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, there's definitely ways you can trap. I mean, you got to find them first, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got to trap them. How do you find a pure soul? And what does a pure soul look like, right? I
Right.
mean,
That's complicated.
people have written on that for years. Is it Snow White? Is it?
Right. Is it hidden?
Which
Yeah.
on the for the yeah, and for that, I got a whole scene depicted for the estate and everything.
Yeah.
Just take them back to the farm where they grew up on. I mean, that's
Sure.
living off the land. It's still to this day the Western type because it's still all off grid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, just from the privacy of having the spoils of the world, besides the bust, I mean, yeah, there's a million different ways we can go.
You could run with that. They got everything they ever needed provided for them.
Well, and then they had nothing, right? And so.
And then they had nothing. Yeah.
They had everything and nothing, right?
Yep. And then that could corrupt them and get them to the point where they're trying to enslave the opportunity for other judgments, because their place of where they live, and I've shown that in, I think, our second episode. We went through that one a little bit, but they start to use the power of Michael's spear to enslave the gatekeepers, and they basically build a castle out of their bodies and trap them inside of rock. And so
they're very angry women that are trying to.
Yeah, well, the decision that they made could very well be what drove them to their madness, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's real. I think that's something that we could all relate with. We've all got decisions that we've made that drive our personalities and who we are.
All right, guys, we got a live appearance here.
What's going on?
Floor's yours, Walter. Who you got?
It's Aurora and Mommy.
What's up, ladies? So I like the drama behind that.
Okay.
Who would that be? What would that look like? Who would they be giving? Do you
As
like?
far as the,
Yeah. Do you?
Well, the angels that are in service of judgment, are they in any representation of like the seven deadly sins?
So
that's where vanity would come from. I mean, what are we going for here? So I something to work with.
Yeah. So right now you can only think of Conquer. I can give you a name off of air. For the other two, there's technically 4 demons that are released.
Okay.
But I mean, we've got Conquer. Conquer, Plague, and Famine are the 3.
Are these just Are these? Would this person just be an agent of one of those?
Yes. Yeah. They're just trying to win their mortality or earn their mortality, essentially.
Okay.
And so they're doing their bidding, and they're finding. I mean, the ultimate goal is to find the ultimate pure soul that would be the prophet, or the prophecy, not the prophet. But there'd be multiple reasons, I suppose, on who they would be looking for. I might take the nose off this guy. These are
really interesting how when you sketch things, you see what you're looking at, and it's not until you start to ink it
Yeah.
that all of a sudden it takes form, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, that's what
I'm
that
looking
was. Yeah.
at. And because there's layers. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen how a tattoo artist lays things on. Their
Oh, yeah.
stencil, you look at a stencil, and you're like, what the hell am I looking at?
Right. And they're always
They
like,
put that-
how does that look? And you're like, yeah, I'm going to have that on my life forever,
I
you
have
know?
no idea what all those layers look like. I mean, and it's all just layers, right?
Yeah.
So you've just done that with that picture. You've drawn layers
Right.
to that face that I didn't know was a face until you started to ink it,
That's cool.
and now it makes sense.
And these are demons, so they're worn pretty heavy, right? Like they don't have the ears anymore. They don't have these particular demons actually can't hear. They can, or this one doesn't have eyes. So these are like sores and stitching on their eyes, but they can hear really well. Not can't hear. This one actually hears really well. So
And you kind of draw things a little faded because they're naked demons, right? And you don't want to draw all those body parts.
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And they've got like a body armor, if you would, on, and it's like burnt up, and they've got their spine is protruding. They're very skinny. They don't,
I see. Yeah, I like how you just did. I all of a sudden just gave life to what you just said.
yeah, they don't really have their appetite is for innocence, not for Papa John's, which I would destroy right now. So so what do you got wrote down so far on the Busty Babes character development here?
Well, I just read you what I had, then I told you a little bit more what I hadn't had written
Oh, okay.
yet. I mean, if you like that direction, I can continue going, but it's like, I just ended with there came a fair angel to their estate, and I was thinking of just someone very beautiful, very busty, right, and gets them to tricks them into saying what they want, what their ultimate desire is. And she even gives them the opportunity to say, well, aren't all these other things great? And they, of course they are, and they identify that, or they love everything they have, right? That's what they've worked so hard for. But this creature, I don't know if angel's the right word, but because that's the wrong depiction, but this entity
That's not bad.
tricks them saying what their ultimate desire would be, and basically we'd give it all up. And even though that's not how they feel, tricks them into saying it.
I like it.
And then your desire will be granted, and then all of a sudden maybe just a whirlwind comes in, and while they're being transformed, that every pestilence, everything in like fast forward is happening to their estate. And just destruction. Maybe these demons are let loose. I mean, you could go different directions.
Sure, they don't have to. You know, they're asking for the physical appearance to change, right? They don't.
They didn't know. They're being tricked.
Right. Well, and they don't have to have Michael's sword right now.
So they're being tricked. What if they're being tricked into turning their estate into a portal for the demons?
That's not
And
bad.
I would destroy them. Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Their whole estate falls away, and everything's destroyed.
And
Demons can't use the portal naturally because it's too pure. So the entity tricks them into being unpure, which therefore turns it into a unpure estate.
yeah,
And by giving in to their desire,
Yep.
they then became unpure.
Yes.
Tricked or not, tricked or no trick.
Right. I like it.
Okay. I'm working on it.
Yeah. There's
But babe, any comment, any insight?
or anyone else that's listening, man, you could write it in the chat. If you have an idea.
All input is welcome.
I mean,
Encourage it.
that actually would explain a lot of the backward dialogue of why they enslave once they get Michael's weapon in their possession. Why they enslave the gatekeepers and make another estate out of their bodies? Because they would ultimately be the consequence, the physical consequence to their actions, their decision, tricked or not tricked. The gatekeepers would come in and punch the first hole to begin the first judgment. Does that make sense?
Yep. She likes the tricked angle.
Yeah.
Because obviously they wouldn't do it on not tricked, right?
Right.
Nobody
Oh, yeah.
in a million years would ever give up. I'm sure your mother and your aunt, would never give up anything they have today to be these busty babes, right? But to be tricked, it's a whole new story.
Pretty sure I can think of an evil sister that might have triggered us for that.
I say their evil sister appeared one day.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe.
So as our viewers can see, we talk about art development a lot, but there's a lot of story development that comes into play. And this,
it's not always glamorous either, right?
We had made a request 2 weeks ago for a little bit of a backstory from our characters, upcoming characters, and they gave us a little bit. Not a lot to go off of, but enough of a direction. And then as a writer, I just put it out there. Now, I could be turned down or it can be accepted, and I'm, being raw and being vulnerable, that's just the direction you go, right?
And that's what we do.
You don't know until you try.
Right.
Walter does that constantly with my story writing, and I know he's even told me, like, Mike, I don't want to write while I'm drawing, but unfortunately, you're writing a story as you draw. Your story, your picture draws 1,000 words, right?
And there's on the original Judgment, the first Judgment, he brought just pictures to us. Said, "Hey, this is what I got drawn up. Let's make a story out of this."
Right.
So, and like rough draft, looking at it, you can't really tell, but until you start putting the ink in, that's actually, to me, that's when it helps to tell the story, because then you get more emotion into the drawing, see what the characters are doing, everything else. So the art, to me, is the biggest factor in the storyline, because you can write a story, but you either have to write to that story or draw to that story or do the story to the drawing.
Yeah.
So here, we have a story. We could have had a story written out, and if Walt's mind goes a different direction on the drawing, and it doesn't portray what we wrote,
Right.
Definitely. Well, on that note, I came in after the first book was written. I didn't get on the creative writing, and I tried to stay out of the creative writing even for Judgment 2, right? I helped with some editing when we went to put in the wording in the book, but that was it. So I didn't get a lot of the creative backstory,
definitely the process,
part, the feeling that goes into it. And so when I'm asked to help write, it is difficult for me because I'm coming in as a fan and helping to write a story that's already been established. Am I still connected?
Yeah. We're good. We got you.
We're here.
That's a great ad. And it's one of the funnest things that, the one thing that I enjoy the most about all of this is the conversations. It's knowing, like, where everybody else's brain and that thought process goes. And this is something that I really, really enjoy. So, great ads, and thank you so much for getting back so quickly to us, Busty Babes. I appreciate it a lot.
We definitely appreciate it.
So now I've got a little bit of... I'm wondering about these. These guys are pretty yoked for being... I need to make them thinner.
That's a one rip demon.
Yeah.
He works out.
I work out.
Work out.
One thing I have been focusing on, like, consciously, is the fact that I don't have to have as much, like, detail as I want in every picture. You know?
Yeah.
I can get carried away. Now I'm lucky to just draw something that looks like it's actually doing that. Because right now I want to draw a picture of him scratching. And so, put this in, that'll be blood.
So, his leg.
Which leg?
Go back over to your right. Or your left, I guess. So is his leg supposed to be behind him?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's shadow.
We lost Mike again.
Yeah. That's frustrating. I get it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't have any problems at all.
Yeah. It's a good squeeze in. Speaking about our specials over at PMT,
Yeah.
you guys just gave, like, everybody free internet for the month, didn't you?
2 months. 2 months for your internet, yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Any customer.
That is right up my budget, man.
We got a whole bunch more coming up this next year.
That's awesome.
Motions, reference bills. If you refer anybody, you get a free month for everybody you refer, up to 5.
Time
if
for
you
the...
refer 5 people, you get 5 months free.
That's awesome.
Oh, the other busted babe is on there, Linda. Hey, Aunt Linda. Got both of them on.
It's Oklahoma, right? How's Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. Well, sunny and 75 from what I heard.
Oh my goodness.
It sounds terrible.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
When I lived down there, I asked my neighbor, like, when do I water my yard, right? Because I had this grass in my yard that they hadn't exactly identified yet, you know? And at least that was my opinion of it. It looked like a weed. Didn't know if I needed to burn the whole thing or what, but it takes a special person to, or a plant to grow in that hot temperature. Not a person. We really enjoyed Oklahoma. Don't get me wrong on that. Should draw like a cowboy hat or something off this guy, bro. We need to start getting this to look more country.
Yes.
Well, Linda, thank you so much. You said you guys are awesome. Better late than never. I am so proud of you guys for learning how to use the chat. That was pretty exciting. We talked about that afterwards. I laugh, right? I laugh, but you need to come and show me how to do it on my phone. Every time I'm on my phone, I'm like, I don't know. So
Yeah, I don't know.
that's the help I would have gave you. Like, I don't know. Probably a YouTube video out there for you or something. But I don't know if you're just now hopping on or whatever, but we're actually walking through your history and doing some character development and Busty Babe. Old ladies can learn new tricks. I love it. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
That is awesome. And we won't let you forget it next time we tell you. No. But, can you recap Walt for him while Mike's not here, or for her?
Just a piece of paper.
We've got,
Hold on. Okay, let me do this here.
no, don't do that.
I don't want to butcher what he wrote down, so I'm going to see if he'll send me a picture of it while he's figuring out his internet.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work great.
That's a safe way to play, bud.
Yeah, I mean, what we can say now is that we loved the idea. Everything was right on point, and that's exactly what we were asking for. I think we got a good start to the storyline. It's almost like an origin story, right? Like,
that's a good start to an origin story.
Yeah, as we were talking about it, it's so complicated how, I mean, just the detail in the story that even, I mean, they're only going to be around for a couple of books, but it's still pretty important to the dialogue. Yeah, go ahead.
There once were twin sisters that lived very prosperous with their families in a large estate. They didn't want for anything. These twins were blessed with abundance in all things: food, riches, posterity, servants, beauty, everything of importance. But the one thing these twins did not have were the blessings of bounteous busts. Oh, how they envy those women with larger breasts. There came a fair entity to their estates who acknowledges their abundance and asks them their ultimate desire. They point to the entity and say, "We've always desired and envied those endowed with large breasts." The entity, now excited, well, yet more, they have awakened its power with the mention of her name, Envy. She then states, "I will grant your ultimate desire. Tell me what you would give for this." She then conjures images of these beautiful busty sisters. Caught in the moment, the sisters fall for the trick and say they'd give all for this to be granted.
Pretty great.
And Mike sends his apologies for the internet difficulties tonight.
All good, brother.
All good, man.
All good. I could do this.
I mean, you're off the hook tonight. Well, you don't get to have all the criticism and everything, but I do got to step up. It's 9 o'clock.
It is 9 o'clock. I was going to say, I was like,
9 o'clock already.
You got Mike's back right there. That's right. This is going to be a fun picture. that demon mounted on top of that guy and then drawn back. Well, yeah, thanks for everyone for coming, being here with us tonight, and helping us ignore the fact that Monday is merely hours away. And I can't wait to write more and draw more for the Busty Babes and their role in this story, and thank you so much to them for everything that they're doing and being part of this, and we've got some exciting stuff coming up where we can all get together and enjoy each other's company live here in the near future, a couple months anyways out and but stay.
I will go ahead and capitalize on that real quick.
Yeah.
We are looking at doing the cornhole tournament in March.
Yep. And so that's going to be right around the corner, faster than we know it. I can't believe that 24 is already gone, but we had a great year. Released two brand new comic books, and then got sequels out, and 2025 is going to be amazing. So we're starting a countdown to April, and we are going to just enjoy the ride, I suppose. I've got 2 more days to get 1 and 2 finalized. That's going to take some work, which is okay. Probably not going to make that point, but we'll get on it. But then this next month we will be working on Wilder of Evik on our lives, and then we'll probably split February, do 1 and 1, and then April we'll be ordering some books. And so got a new program to learn to color with, and we're just really excited about the journey. So we will see everyone in 2 weeks, and I'll get something out a little bit earlier than I've been posting these things like the day of, and so we'll get it out a little bit earlier this time. Maybe even kick it out right after this. But thanks again, everybody. Thanks from Mike and myself. And Walt, you got anything to add towards the end there?
Oh, thank you all. We appreciate every single one of you guys for the support and feedback that you guys give us.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It really does.
I mean, we did not do this for us. We do this for you guys.
Yep.
It's a hobby for us, and we love the fact that you guys enjoy it so much to support us.
Yeah. So we do have a new website up. If you go check that out, we are raising money to help us purchase our books that are coming out in April. So you go on there and get some bundles coming. I know that we've already had a couple of those come through. And this is Rookie Comics. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to every single one of you.
And Walter's right. And as always, stay raw, stay vulnerable, and